It's like a movie scene. Feel like I'm starting on a movie screen. I act the ass, I act the ass, I act the ass on it. I act the ass, I act the ass, I act the ass on it. My daily life is like a movie scene. Feel like I'm starting on a movie screen. I act the ass, I act the ass, I act the ass on it. I act the ass, I act the ass, I act the ass on it. My daily life is like a movie scene. Cause you gon' see me for you down, feeling like the rain. I got a problem-free philosophy, but nothing like the lion. You tryna make a fight, cause the movie no really empathy. Call me answer one more time, I might just lose my fucking mind. My girl can be a super bitch, I feel just like the hang I got. I be half-baked, smoking pineapple experiences. Green on me like a hook, that's how I get with all this stress. Throw the one like Nick Can't make me take your face off. On the Sherman Club and try to get the weight off. So they happiness don't take me cleaning more for me and less for me.
The best in me, just rest in me. I have to reach my destiny. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. A little late night show. Went and got a real nice workout in, man. Ate some good food. Did a podcast for Action Network, man. So had a bunch of energy. I had just typed out a bunch of plays for the members over there. I said I know that these lines are gonna move as well, man. So I gotta go do a show, man. I gotta do the show for everybody. You see what I'm saying? So not here to waste your time doing a show. I don't even know if I'm gonna do a second show tomorrow. This is all the info I have. These are the plays. There's some really nice spots on the card tomorrow. I expect some of these teams that are laying points should not be laying points, and it just is what it is. And if we get certain people in, they will move to the favorite. And I think there's definitely some good chance to get some good plus money overnight, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching the show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Everybody that's been rocking with me through the years. I got to get back to my old self, man. First game up, let's go over here to the streets of Orlando in this one. Magic getting 4 points at the house versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. One thing I will say, Anthony Edwards starting to get back to looking like Michael Jordan Jr., man. The past couple games, he's been starting to go crazy, and I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Jordan Jr. left us as well. You see what I'm saying? Would be surprised if he I'd be surprised if he left us. I think Ant continues to go crazy. You look at the Magic are a great team, and I love the way Mosley coaches these guys up. Great defensive team. But if you look at it, it's somewhat of a sandwich spot. Magic don't really look ahead, but they do have the Bucks on deck on Friday. They just beat the Knicks. Those are two Eastern Conference teams. If there was one game where one would mean more than the other, you want to beat the Bucks. You want to show out versus the Bucks more than versus a Western Conference team. You look at the Wolves. This is not, even though they're 19-17, this has not been a good season for the Wolves. Very up and down. I will say that for a lot of teams in the NBA, it's just been an up and down year. No real consistency other than teams like the Thunder and the Cavs, or the teams even the teams that's bad. They're not consistently bad. The Hornets, the Wizards, the Jazz, these are just all facts, guys. No one's been consistently good or bad. Only two is the Thunder and the Cavs. They've been consistently good. Everyone else, you never know what you're going to get, guys. So I just had to throw that in there. But I will rock with the Wolves to go 3 straight wins in this one. We hear that Banchero's likely going to come back Friday. They say Thursday or Friday. This is an NBA TV game, so I could see, Banchero wanted to come back with this one. But why would you come? He's not going to play the back-to-back. So why would you disrespect the Eastern Conference team when those games mean a little bit more to you, and show more love to the Western Conference teams? But like I said, it is NBA TV game. Banchero could come back. I don't really fucking care. I like the Wolves minus the 4 in this particular spot. I think they have much better 3-point shooters here. DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander Walker, Mike Conley. So I'm saying, if you could throw Julius Randle in there, this sometimes, especially in today's NBA, it's just a math game. You take and make more threes than your opponent. That's your recipe to success there. We know that Ant's gonna want to show out on NBA TV. He is one of the new faces, up and coming faces of the NBA. We're howling with the Wolves in this one. We were raised by Wolves in this particular spot. I like the Wolves here, man. Might land the 4 points in Orlando. This is just a spot where, like I say, they're missing Suggs. They're missing some of these guys. Even if they get Banchero back, it's too many guys missing in this particular spot. I think the Wolves flex their muscle here on NBA TV and continues to go crazy, I will lay the 4 with the Minnesota Timberwolves in this spot. I would howl, but it's pretty late at night. You see what I'm saying? Let's go over to the streets of Detroit in this one, man. And on the brink, and I'm like, I don't want to mess with the Warriors. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to mess with them. This team has been playing ass. But guess what? Sometimes you getting away from your house, that can be the best thing that can happen for you. The Warriors just had a 6-game homestand. They went 3-3. They lost their last 2 games in horrible fashion. You lost by 30 points to the Sacramento Kings without De'Aaron Fox, and you had the play-in tournament. They had revenge from last year. Kings kept them out of the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? And then they lost to the Heat. Heat were on a back-to-back with double overtime game. Heat came out there, smacked them. I think they probably covered the trifecta spot. Warriors were laying 8.5. It didn't matter. The Heat win the game by 16 points. Now, if you look at this spot, I'll be perfectly honest with you. This is more of a bet against for the Pistons than it is a buy on the Warriors, but I do still think this is a buy low spot. We see Steph getting very frustrated. I know his teammates see that, man. I know that they're right now, the Warriors are not in good spirits right now. I'll tell you that, but Steph is questionable. Draymond, Schroeder, you see what I'm saying? They're questionable in this game, and we will need them. I'll keep it perfectly honest with you. And if they play, obviously the Warriors will not be underdogs to the Pistons. No shade to the Pistons at all. This team, I came on here over the offseason. I said one of these 2 teams, the Pistons or the Hornets, are going to make the play-in tournament, possibly even the playoffs this year. See what I'm saying? I did think that I knew it was going to be one of them. I knew that the Pistons was going to be improved under J.B. Bickerstaff. I mean, he's coaching them up. They're playing defense. K's going fucking bunkers. I mean, I like the additions of Malik Beasley, even Tobias Harris over there. Like, they have some good young guys over there. I love the Pistons. They can't be laying points here, guys. And I'm already knowing that they can't be laying points. And we talked about it on the show earlier today as well, how the Pistons are 3-7 against the spread. They were 2-7 against the spread before today. They beat up on the Nets. Good job. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to smack the Nets up, even though they let the Nets go on a few 10-2 run. A few runs like 10-2 shouldn't ever fucking happen. But regards to that, Pistons been balling. Their first 5-game win streak in forever. They've won 8 of their last 9 games. Pistons have been absolutely balling. They cannot be laying 3 points in this particular spot. Not versus what I think should be a pissed off Warriors team. But let's look at it even further, guys. Back to back. Now, it's not a ton of travel. They're just coming from Brooklyn, and they had just played 4 straight games at the house. I don't care. This is a back-to-back. Third game in 4 nights, 4th and 6th, 5th game in 7 nights spot for the Pistons here. This is an absolute fatigue spot. They should not be laying 3 points in this particular spot versus a team with the Warriors that still have some digging out. Like, they still have something left in the tank, in my opinion. Like I say, obviously be nice to get Curry and Draymond in there. I don't care. This is not a spot that I'm laying the points with the Pistons here. I think they're a false favorite. I think that the Warriors come to play, and they need a confidence boost and win. They're away from the house. They got it. And we've seen Steph being listed with a knee before and end up playing. I'm hoping this is a little bit injury report manipulation. Everyone's seeing the Warriors are trash. Pistons are playing well. Look deeper at this spot, and you will see that the Pistons are in a horrible fatigue spot. 5th game in 7 nights may not always matter, but I do think it will matter here. You see Steph and Dre come in this one. You will see the Warriors finish this game as the favorite. I'm already on them. Warriors plus 2.5 to 3 money line. I'm on that shit. You see what I'm saying? This is just a spot where I want to fade the Pistons, and they've been a little bit too hot. They've playing well, playing great on the season. This is a spot the Pistons might get blown out in this particular spot. Give me Warriors plus the points and the money line for the outright win in this one. Let's go over here to the streets of Cleveland in this one. Cavs laying 15.5 points coming off their biggest win of the season. Yeah, they've won 11 straight games. This is a huge emotional letdown for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I will say that the Raptors have not been playing well. Earlier in the season, they were covering a bunch of spreads, right? They're only 1-9 straight up in their last 10 games, only 2-8 against the spread, and coming off a game where they probably could have covered versus the Knicks, but end up losing by 14 with them getting 12.5 points. Now, this is 3rd game in 4 nights. They do have to travel from New York to Cleveland as well. Cavs don't have to travel anywhere. They had a couple days off versus OKC, but they do have a few big games coming up on deck. This is just a bad spot. What happened versus Charlotte? The Cavs got caught looking ahead to that huge game versus the Thunder, laying 16 points, only won by 10. They go out there, take care of business versus the Thunder. Good job. Great win. I told you Mobley was going to be an absolute matchup nightmare for the Thunder, and he was. Him and Jared Allen owned the paint. They owned the boards. It was just too much for the Thunder. Now they're laying 15 and a half points in the back-to-back in a game where just doesn't really matter. Do they want to win and keep their win streak going? You're damn right. Would I be surprised if the Raptors stunned them? Now, first off, you need Barrett, you need Barnes, and quickly, which one of them probably might sit here. I'm just keeping it perfectly honest with you. We get all three of them in there, I'll be all over the Raptors here plus the 15.5. I'm not gonna sprinkle on the money line. I'm telling you straight up. If they were able to shock the Cavs here, I would not be a bit fucking surprised. Cavs in the Thunder's win streak, and then a team that no one expects in their win streak. They got a couple tough games versus Indiana on deck and the Thunder once again. If the Cavs don't come out here and play their top tier game, which I can't say Kenny Atkinson has been coaching them up really well, but if they don't come out here firing on all cylinders, the Raptors still have some pieces that can give these guys trouble if everyone plays. I'm not gonna lie, I already put a little sum on Raptors plus the 15.5. This is just a spot play. You take the names off the jerseys. This is not a spot that I want to be laying damn near 20 points with a team to win when they just want to win by 3 or 4 points. Laying 15.5 here is crazy. Like I say, don't be surprised if someone like Quickly sits out. I do expect Scotty Barnes. So they had a back-to-back, the Houston Rockets, and then they went to New York on the December 22nd and 23rd. Scotty Barnes played in both of those games. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he was able to play in this game as well. Let me see. Yeah, so Scotty, he played in that back-to-back. So hopefully they don't just go full out tank. You're facing the top team in the East. Show some balls here. Show some balls that you're not going to make the playoffs. These are Super Bowl type of games for the Raptors here, man. Call me crazy. If they ended the Cavs streak here, I would not be a bit surprised. It was on national TV. You see them talking to reporters. They're getting a little full of themselves now. We just beat the Thunder. We're back. Don't be surprised if they get caught up here, man. No team is gonna go like they're not gonna go fucking 73-9 this season. It's not gonna happen. There's gonna be spots where they lose. It's probably not gonna come here, but I would be surprised if Raptors shocked them. But getting 15.5 here, like I say, if Barnes Quickly and RJ Barrett in here, watch them give the Cavs everything they can handle. Pirtle down low, they can hang with these guys. Got some few bigs coming off the bench. Olynyk, Boucher, they can hang with these guys, man. Raptors plus the 15.5. More of a phase spot for the Cavs. But like I say, we don't know if everybody's going to play, but I do like Raptors plus the 15.5 here. Let's go to another game, man. Love the Houston Rockets. I love the Houston Rockets. This is a great team, great coach team. Love Udoka. I mean, Jalen Green, Fran VanVleet, Dylan Brooks come back to the house. The Rockets are a great team, guys. They are. They cannot be laying points in this particular spot. I know that Ja got upgraded to questionable. You get Triple J that is questionable with a fucking thigh. Desmond Bane has been out for a few games. I'm expecting Ja and Bane to play. I don't know if Triple J is going to play. And I have sources in Memphis. My God, I'm going to text you first thing in the morning and see what info we can get. You see what I'm saying? This is a spot that I like so much that I'm taking it even with the guys questionable. That's the fucking energy that you have to be on these days, man. We don't give a fuck who's sorry if your kids ain't listening, man. Could be listening tomorrow, but I don't care who's playing. I'm on the Grizzlies here. We on Grind City. The Grizzlies, some of my guys that I really respect, they expect the Grizzlies could possibly even make the finals this year, and I would not be a bit surprised. This is a hard-nosed team. This has been building for years. Ja Morant, Triple J, Desmond Bane. They got Edie. You know what I'm saying? They tanked. Remember, guys, keep an eye on this. This is football, hockey, basketball. When a team tanks so hard the year before, that next year they're out for blood. We know what the Grizzlies did last year. They weren't trying to win games. Well, they're trying to win games this year. They just beat the Mavs. I know both teams were depleted, but they just beat them at the house. Comeback win. They had lost 3 or 4 before that. I love the Grizzlies in this spot. This is a spot that I definitely expect them to move to the favorite. You will not be getting plus money with the Grizzlies by the time game time comes around, in my opinion. I'm on Grizzlies Grizzlies plus the 2.5. I'm on Grizzlies money line plus the 110. Rockets are a great team. Remember, on the road, laying points is still not their role. Even, I mean, at the house, they could possibly even be laying points here. I think the Grizzlies are sitting right behind the Rockets right now for the number 2 seed. I think that the Grizzlies come out statement game, take over the number 2 seed for the Western Conference, and I don't think that they give it up for the rest of the season. Rockets are a great team, and they've been building towards this as well. The Grizzlies have been building towards this for a little bit longer, though, in my opinion. At the house, getting points right now is low-key disrespectful to the Grizzlies. They lost earlier this season to the Houston Rockets, 128-108 in Elway, and I believe that was a they had Ja Morant, they had Bane in Elway, but no Triple J there. I believe it was a back-to-back spot, something like that. Rockets blew them out by 20. The Rockets have actually beaten them 4 of the last 5 games. Last year, they beat them 3 or 4. Remember, the Grizzlies weren't the Grizzlies last year. This one, I think they're taking this one, man. They're going to see Dillon Brooks and show his ass why he should have stayed with Memphis. Now, he probably shouldn't have stayed with Memphis, but I'm just saying, mindset-wise, Grizzlies coming to play in this game. And I'll be honest, I think Ja Morant, Bane, and Triple J all play in this game, man. If not, at the very least, 2 of 3. I think they want this game. I think they get it. I do not agree with the Rockets being favored by 2.5 points on the road in Memphis. Give me the Grizzlies plus the points, and we're taking the money line as well. They winning this game outright, man. And like I say, I think they close as being the favor here. That's why I'm doing this show tonight, man. Not gonna lie to you, there's 4 more games on the card. There's only 1 more that I have a really good look on. So we'll go to the streets of Dallas briefly. Mavs land 7.5 versus the Blazers. I do not have a good look on this game. I mean, shit. I just talked about 4 straight games that I have a really great look on. I'm not going to have a good look on every single game. You see what I'm saying? So Mavs land 7.5. I don't even really want to waste your time. I know I don't want to back the Blazers here. Blazers are coming off pretty much what they just smoked the Pelicans, man. It looks like they won by 19. This team was up by 20 points in the second quarter. They were up by 30 points at some point in this game. They're not used to that. I'm telling you that right now. Blazers aren't. They've covered 3 straight games. I believe this is the last game of a 5th game road trip. I know that the Mavs are still without Luka and Kyrie. They still have pieces that could potentially smack the Blazers up. So I'm not betting this game. The smallest of leans to the Mavs. Obviously, if they go out there and play like they did versus the Lakers, they'll smoke the Blazers. But I don't have a good feel for this game. I'm not betting the Mavs. They should win the game. I don't know about land 7.5 without their best guys. I do think it's a phase spot for the Blazers, but I don't have a really good feel for this game. Lean Mavs, no play for me. Let's go over here to the streets of Phoenix here. Suns land 6.5 points at the house versus the Hawks. Another game I don't have a good feel for. I can't figure out the Suns. I can't. You can't be out there losing to the Hornets that only has 7 wins on the season. I believe had lost like 9 straight games. When you lose games like that, that's the reason why I can't take the Suns serious. Obviously, they're really trying to make a trade for Jimmy Butler over there. So that's probably in the players' heads. They don't know who's about to get traded, especially if it's a 3-team trade. That means multiple players are about to get shipped out, not just Bradley Beal. This line has went up. When I first saw it, it was like 4.5. Now it's up to 6.5. Suns are taking money. I'd kind of expect them to win the game. You don't know what the Suns are going to do from game to game. You don't know what the Hawks are going to do from game to game. They almost lost to the Utah Jazz, man. Trae Young had to hit a half-court game winner 3 to win that game. I can't mess with either one of these teams. Hawks are not necessarily in a buy-on spot. Last game of a 6-game road trip where they've been going all over the place. They were in Toronto, then Denver, then back-to-back Lakers, and then Clippers. Then you went to Utah. Now you're finishing up in Phoenix. Usually in these type of spots, teams are ready to get back to the house. I don't have a good look for this game, guys. I'm sorry, but I do have a good look for this one. We're going over here to the streets of Utah, man. I know that the Jazz have been playing well. They've been covering some spreads, but you look at one of these spreads that they just freaking covered, they just smoked the Miami Heat. The Heat are not that bad of a team, man. I know that they got all this Jimmy Butler saga and BS going on. I know that the Jazz have covered 4 straight versus the Heat. You got to understand where the Heat are going to be coming from. What's their mindset in this game? They just lost 136-100. were never in that game. They got absolutely smoked at the house. And the Jazz didn't have marketing. The Jazz did have marketing. I misspoke there. Marketing had 15 points in that game. Let's look at it. Brad Sensabaugh had 34 points. He went bonkers. He has a little stomach illness right now. May not even play in this game. Also, John Collins, 24 points, man. He's not going to be playing in this game as well. There's 58 points that could possibly be missing from this game. Not even that. The Heat, they're going to come in pissed. They're going to be hot. Spo, these guys are not forgetting about what just happened in Miami. They're going to remember that shit. I think this is a trifecta spot for the Heat here. I think they win by 5.5. The first half is not out yet. But when I really think about it, with the Heat coming off one of those double overtime games and then had to play back-to-back, you probably want to back the Heat even more early in this spot, because if there was a spot where they run out of gas, it would probably come in the fourth quarter. But I think that they're going to be up by so many points where it won't even be a chance for the Jazz to come back in this game. Like I say, if this wasn't a major revenge spot for the Heat, I'd be thinking, all right, maybe in high altitude, they might let down in this one. Not in this game. You just got smoked by damn near 40 points, man. They were down 40 points in that game. You know what? They might have been down by 50 points in that game, man. Like literally, I know that they were down 62-41 at the half, man. So let me see. The damn bet graph don't even want to show that shit. That's how bad they were getting smoked, man. Bro, I wish y'all could see this. The graph, they got smoked so bad that it's going off the graph, bro. It's literally going off the graph. They were definitely down by 40 points at some point. The bet graph won't even show how bad they were getting freaking smoked, man. That's how bad they got smacked. Heat, Coach Spo, they're going to remember that, man. Remember, the Jazz have been playing a lot better on the road than they have at the house. This team is 7-13 straight up on the road. They're 2-13 at the house. I think the Heat take these boys to Smack City in this game, trifecta style, to be honest with you, man. They're going to remember that smoking. I think that whole Jimmy Butler thing, and that was right after the Butler thing as well. I think they're moving past that. I think the Heat come out here and absolutely smoke these boys from start to finish, man. I like the Heat in this one. And to be honest with you, I do think that this is going to be a trifecta style spot for the Miami Heat, even on the road here. Last game up, I'm not going to speak too much about this game because I'm not even sure it's going to be played. I just want to take a time to say shout out to everybody in LA. Hope everybody is doing well, man. The fires are going crazy. They literally got fires going in like 5 different spots. You see what I'm saying? So let's hope that everybody's safe out there. Like over 100,000 people, 150,000 people have had to evacuate their homes, man. Like some things are definitely bigger than bedding. This, you know what I'm saying? But things are bigger than money, all that stuff, man. Those people are fearing for their lives, man. They're like, imagine you having to pack all your stuff from your house, or like not even pack everything up. Like just grab some little shit. You see what I'm saying? You got to be on the go. Even stuff that's like a miles away, you're still dealing with that smoke, and the air quality is horrible out there, man. Prayers up, thoughts and prayers to everybody in Cali. You see what I'm saying? So very unfortunate situation. We don't even know if this game's going to get played. If it does, I worry about the Lakers' mental. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that they want to uplift the city, but also they're worrying about their stuff at their house as well. You see Kawhi, he flew back to go see what's up with his family, man. So these guys might have other things on their mind that are bigger than basketball, man. You probably won't have, if they do play this game, you probably won't have a ton of fans there. This is a crazy situation right here. I won't even break down the game because I don't think it's going to happen, man. That's the show, my guys. That's the show right there. I'll have this show chopped up game by game, gave you the info, gave you what's on my brain. We'll see. I'll probably have the energy once again in the morning, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably come back on here, but I would be repeating the same thing that I'm saying right now. So that's why I did this live show right now. It'll be chopped up. I hope y'all guys have a great night, man. Let's cash these plays. And I'm not going to lie to you, every single one of them, I'm pretty sure you could tell the way I'm talking. Every single one of them, I really think they're going to come through, man, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I really think that they're coming through. Could possibly even be a spot where I like maybe do a little fun parlay on the 5 games that I really like. And I wouldn't be not a 5-team parlay, but like a few 3 teams or a little round robin. I think all of them smack, man. They're absolutely incredible spots. A couple of those dogs should not be dogs. And I think that they move to the favorite, and I think they win the game going away, man. Let's take the bookies to Smack City. It's all love. It's J Money as money. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, my guys. We out, man. Let's get this cash, baby. Let's go.